understanding that the amount of money we earn is directly proportional to who we are. We earn what we are. So many of us may not know this. We earn who we are. That's what we earn. A receptionist who has chosen and accepted the reality that is a receptionist will never think of, well, in fact, if they mistakenly pay the person 1 million naira in a month as a receptionist, the person will not collect the money. It's not normal. It's not now. How? That's not what is supposed to get. So I want us to understand something I'm about to share with us, because it's coming from the understanding that we earn exactly who we are. So let me share my slide. If you already type ready in the chat room, if you have your book, wave it to your camera. Let me see those that have their training materials and ready to learn. Asabe Mas, I can see that. Tenacious, yes. Gift, good. Mr. Wahid, yes. Francis, where's your note? It be like say you don't they use memo pad. Make me and you fight. Who else? So let's get ready. Let me share my screen, okay? Okay, let me know what you can see on that screen. But what I have there is welcome. If that is what you can see, let me know. Okay. So I start off this morning with a question. And I want you fastest fingers, okay? Fastest fingers. Are you ready? Fastest fingers. I want you to look at this picture and tell me what you see. Fastest fingers. What do you see? Hmm. 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 Ah, interesting. Yeah. A tree, a tiger, leaves falling to the ground. Okay. A fish. Okay. A tree and two lions. Okay. A tiger and a gorilla. Huh. Okay. Lion and baboon. Beautiful tree. Gorilla and lion. Interesting. What do you see? I want to see your comments. You're not saying something. Tiger, tree, birds. Gorilla, lion. Okay. Tiger, lion, and tiger. Okay. What do you see? A tree. Gorilla, lion, fish. Ah. Hey, fish, a tree. Right? We saw these things, right? Now, let me ask you a question. How many of us started seeing some things when someone else pointed them out? The first time we looked, we didn't see all these things that someone pointed out. Someone pointed it out. How many of us? The first time you looked at it, all the things you are saying now, you didn't see them. It's when someone pointed it out and you now started seeing them. So where were they before? Those things that you didn't see, that you are now seeing, where were they before? Were they in this picture? Where were they hidden? Were they in this picture? Stay with me. Stay with me, great achiever. Stay with me. Stay with me here. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? An eating apple. An apple that is eaten. A man and a woman's face, really? A man, woman, and an apple. Apple and two faces. What did, oh, no, now, come on. How come you're now seeing it because somebody else mentioned it? But you looked at it. Why didn't you see it before? Why is it now that someone mentioned it that, oh, it's actually there? Oh, there may be an apple there. Oh, there may be a human face. In fact, the human face is, one is a woman, one is a man. How come you didn't see it first? What do you see? Half-eaten apple and the face of a man and a woman. Adam and Eve. Interesting. Interesting. Stay with me. I've not started with you guys this morning. Just stay with me. What do you see? 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 Child, I want you to tell me, what do you see? When you look at this picture, what do you see? Yes, I want to know, what do you see? Elephant and two other animals. Elephant, rat, mouse, and a small animal. 6 animals, several animals put together. No, give me their names. If it's animals, you say elephant, dog, horse, rat. Okay. How come you're beginning to see them because someone is mentioning them? How come you're seeing only rat? Some only elephant? Some only pig? Some didn't even see the pig. Interesting. 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 Hmm. Hmm. Great achievers. I want us to pay attention. We don't see with our eyes. We see with our minds. We don't see with our eyes. We see with our minds, our brains. When you looked at that picture first, whatever translation you got is what your brain interpreted, not what your eyes were saying. No, it was not. The things you later now saw were things you saw before, but your brain couldn't interpret it. It was when someone now pointed, oh, there is a cat there. There is a pig there. You see a rat. That's a woman and a man. Oh, these two faces, and it's also an eating apple. That's a gorilla. Those are two fishes. Those are birds. It was when someone pointed it out that your brain now wait a minute. What does a bird look like? Your brain figured out, oh, a bird looks like this. Is there something like that that looks like a bird that is there? Yes, you now saw it. But it was there. The first time, the times you were looking at it, you didn't see it. Some didn't even put anything in the chat. They can't even see what some of you are already seeing. What does it tell you? That it is our mind that determines what you see. And listen to this. The much you can see determines the much you can get. What we are able to do, what we are able to do is dependent on the state of our mind. What we can achieve in this business is only limited by the size of what our mind can comprehend. Analysis has shown that if you are up to 17 years old, listen to this, that if you are up to 17 years old, that you have had, I cannot, about 150,000 times. Did you hear what I just said? Analysis has shown, research has shown that if you are up to 17 years old, before you clock 18, that you have had this phrase, the clause, I cannot, a minimum of 150,000 times. And you have had I can about 50,000 times. Now, what does this mean? That for every 30,000 I can, every 5,000 I can, you have had 30,000 I cannot. Is somebody beginning to see why many people, why many of us are not creating the results we want in our business? Let's use the simplest one. Network marketing is a scam. Compare this sentence I just made. Network marketing is a scam. Compare how many times you have had it. As against network marketing is a successful business. Compare how many times you have had the both. Which one is more? Network marketing is a scam. Network marketing is a viable business. Which one have you had the more? Which one have you had the most? Network marketing is a scam. Network marketing does not work. Network marketing, people don't make money. As against network marketing is a viable business. Which one have you had the most? I want you to know this. Dr. Paul Bakirita said, prove this, that we don't actually see with our eyes, that our eyes is just a vessel through which our mind sees things. When he created, at about 1958, he created a device that enabled people who are blind to see. He created a device. Now, you may be wondering, how is it possible that people who are visually impaired can see? How did he do it? He understood that if the mind can be fed with similar information, the same way as the eyes feeds the mind, that the eyes is just like a camera that transforms whatever it sees into, call it energy, into atoms, call it that. That if the mind can get that same information from another source, it can as well translate what it sees around it into things your mind can understand. This man, who is a neuroscientist, went ahead, listen to this, he went ahead to create a device that you put on your tongue. There's a camera in front of it. Now, this camera takes pictures of things around it. Just a camera, like a camera you're wearing in front of your face. And then it transmits those images to the sensory nerves on your tongue. Now, when it transmits it to the sensory nerves on the tongue, when the tongue feels it, the brain starts learning how to translate it, that this is a helmet, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. And people who are blind can actually see what people around them are saying. What does this tell us, ladies and gentlemen? That what we have stored in our minds over a period of time determines what we see out of every opportunity. So when we are looking at our business, we are not seeing the potentials that the business presents. We are seeing what our minds tells us the potentials are for us. I don't need someone just got that. When we are looking at our business, we are not seeing the potentials that the business offers to us. No, we are not seeing 280,000 in a day. No, we don't see that. What we see is the potentials that our mind has given us possibilities that our minds have created for us that network marketing can offer. And one of those possibilities is that network marketing is a scam. We don't even know how such a thing is working against us. We may not even know that that is what is happening to us. We think that I believe it can work. I believe it can work. Why is it not working? The challenge is this. Listen to this. If I ask some of us now, if I ask you to list out all the animals in the first picture or in the second picture you saw, so many of you won't even be able to remember exactly how many things. At the emerge in January, what happened? Let me tell us what happened there so that this will enable you to understand this very well. At the emerge in 2023 January, we saw a lot of people climb the stage. Some people were even on that stage. We saw amazing things we can do. Through the trainings, we saw those things that were hard, that we found a better way to doing them. Am I correct? We saw better ways to do things. We saw simpler ways to do it. We believed more in ourselves. But how come that before the end of January, before the end of February, or even to the end of month of March, we can't see that energy anymore to do the things we know we should do to get us the result? Why is that so? I am here this morning to tell you why that has happened. That has happened because we saw all those things. We were aware, we are physically there, and we could see those results become the realities of so many people. We even imagined ourselves achieving those results. But the unfortunate thing is that everything we did there in those 3 days, every decision we made to become whatever before the end of the first quarter, all those things happened in our consciousness. All those things happened because we intentionally thought about them becoming our reality. Ladies and gentlemen, intentions do not create the results. Imaginations do not create the results. Our imaginations happen in our conscious mind. Our conscious mind has a weakness. It cannot keep things there for more than 3 to 5 seconds, maximum 7 seconds. Let me give you an exercise. Pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. You can see this number, right? You can see this number very well. Question number 1. How many digits are those numbers? How many digits did you say there? How many digits are they? What are the first 4 numbers? What are the first 4 numbers? Are you sure people are calling the thing I showed us? What are the first 4 numbers? But you saw it. This is exactly what happened at the emerge. This is exactly what happened as you sat into the presentation and listened. You saw the cars. You saw people climb the stage as top this, top that, millionaire this, millionaire that, Kingsman this, Kingsman that. You saw it. You've experienced, you were there. You told yourself, you see this stage, I'm going up there. But what happened? The part of your mind where it settled is not the part of your mind that can cause you to take action. The challenge why you are no longer on the course to achieving those things is because what you saw has already worn off. What you saw, you didn't take it from where it started to where it will cost you to keep doing it. You didn't move it. You didn't move it. We start off there. Have you ever wondered, number one, why it is that when somebody wants to give you their mobile number and the person says, my mobile number is 881-234. As I'm saying it now, will you accept that this is a mobile number? Oh, as I'm saying this now, I want to give you my mobile number. I say, oh, yeah, take my number. 881-264. The first question you ask me is, what kind of number are you giving me? What is this you are giving me? What is this number you are giving me? Now, does somebody know why we are not okay with that? We are feeling something is strange about it. Why is that so? Because we have reported it, we have had mobile number sequence over and over and over and over. We have saved on our phone, we have called it out to people, and we know it must be 080, 070, 081. We know it must follow that sequence, 2, 3, 4. If it doesn't follow, what happens? A part of our mind will be like, no, this is not normal. Has it happened to anyone here? Has it happened to anyone here? Listen to this. That you set alarm to wake up by 4 a.m. and you went to bed, say by 11 o'clock or 12. And then, while you were sleeping, somebody banged on the door. You didn't wake up. While you were sleeping, somebody put on a loud music. You didn't wake up. While you were sleeping, somebody broke a plate in the kitchen. You did not wake up. But the moment that alarm started ringing, you woke up. Now, the question is this. What happened to all the other noises that were louder than the sound of the alarm? What happened to all other noise? What happened to them? Were they not there? Did your mind not hear it? The mind heard it, but the mind was not interested in those. So what happened? A part of your mind sift out those noises that you don't want to hear because it has already programmed itself. Somebody needs to wake up by 4 o'clock. So the moment that alarm rang, every other thing that has happened before that and during that became inconsequential except the alarm. Your mind took that sound of the alarm, threw it to your conscious mind, and forced you to wake up. Let me tell you what happens when you have stored in your mind those negativities about yourself, about your business. Whenever anything that is positive, the possibilities of the business comes to mind, what happens? Because that is not what your mind has already accepted to be your own reality, it will cut it off. No, 280,000, forget it. No, Kingsman, forget it. 30 coats in 30 days, no, forget it. Once it hears things like, I cannot buy my car in this business, that's the negativity. It will click. That's what you hear. The negativity. The things that have not served you well. Now, let me tell you this. What you think about, whether it's what you want or don't want, is what you are calling to become what you have. You need to understand that. The same way that someone will mention a mobile number that does not go with 080 or 070, and your mind already knows something is wrong. Now, let me tell you also something that you may not have noticed. What if you are in a place, let's say you are around, you are in a group of people, and people are exchanging contacts. You hear somebody say, okay, let me give you my number, 080-333, 080-070, and all of a sudden, somebody gives out a number. Say, my number is 18144. Does it occur to you that at that moment, your whole attention will go to that person who is calling something that is out of the ordinary? Oh, I'm taking us to a place that if you can deal with this, achieving success in this business becomes simple. You are in a group of people. People are exchanging contacts. 080-3344-070. Nothing happens. People are exchanging contacts. All of a sudden, somebody who wants to give out his number says, my number is 11188. And can you imagine for a moment how you will react? Your attention, your senses will tell, who is that person giving that kind of phone number. That does not look like. Why do you think that is so? Your mind is not, does not understand it. How can a mobile number, what we know mobile number to be 080, 070, how come this mobile number is coming in this format? Why? Because the mind has been programmed to know mobile number to be 080. The question is this: as you have attended the emerge, as you saw the presentation and got excited, your mind might not have accepted what you saw to become your reality because of what has paid rent and bought apartment in your mind. So many of us, a lot of things that does not serve us towards the success we want have bought houses in our minds. They have taken places in our minds that whenever we hear any other thing that gets us to the thing life we want, we don't even hear it because our mind cannot interpret it. What we hear is this business is hard. What we hear is people come, they don't sign up. What they hear is we invite and they don't show up. What we hear are all those things that don't serve us well. But that part of our mind that should hear the things we want cannot hear it because the foundation is totally wrong already. Totally wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are beginning to understand that imagining to achieve success, fantasizing to drive your car does not get you to drive your car, but having a pattern that has become a habit is what gets you to do the things you want to do. Just the same way your mind has told itself, I need to wake up by 4. That same way that when the alarm clock rings, every other thing that has been ringing becomes immaterial and you hear the alarm clock, you will understand that creating a healthy habit is far stronger than desiring to achieve success. I want you to look at this scenario. Fastest finger first. Fastest finger first. There are 5 frogs on this log of wood, and one of them decided to jump out of the log of wood. How many frogs are on the log? 5 frogs decided to jump out of the log of wood. 5 of them. 5 of them are on the log of wood, and one decided to jump out of the log of wood. How many frogs are on the log of wood? I want to see your response. 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 0, 5, 4, none. 5, 5. 5 frogs are on the log of wood, and one decided to jump out of the log of wood. How many frogs are on the log of wood? 5, 0. Now, let me tell us this. And this is the life of so many of us. Desire, imagination, will. Listen to this. Will, desire, imagination, will, hope of the great thing does not give us the result. The frogs, one of them decided to do what others are not willing to do. You decided to sign up into the business. You decided to attend the march. Abby? But did that frog that decided, did it actually jump out of the log of wood? The answer is no. It was just deciding. It was just desiring. It was just hoping to make a call. It was just hoping to invite someone. It was just wishing to get someone to see a presentation. He was not making a presentation. He was not giving out a questionnaire. He was not making any invitation call. So the frog that decided is still on the log of wood, the same as those who did not decide. Are we beginning to see why, despite our hope, our belief or purported belief in what the business can do, why we have not been able to achieve the results that are obtainable from the business. Just like that picture we looked at first, and the only thing we saw was an elephant. And somebody said, oh, there is fish there. And we looked and now saw a fish. The fish was not newly inserted there. The fish has been there all the while, but your mind could not see it. In that same way, what some of us say about the business, it's only 5,000 naira direct connectors bonus. That's why the moment we sponsor one person in a month, we chill out because we have gotten that thing we can see. Oh, somebody beginning to get this. That's why when we have one matching bonus or two, or one matching bonus, one sign of the matches us 3 times. That's what we can see. We can see that prospect as the next leader in the making. We can't see that prospect as the leader in the making. We can't see that prospect as the doorway to thousands of people. The much we can see is what we understand to become our reality, not the fact. Let me tell you what you can see is actually an illusion. It may not be the reality. It cannot. So what actually gets you the result you want in our business? What gets you the result you want is that you move yourself from deciding to actually jumping. You move yourself from being that person who is desiring to buy a car, but that becoming that person who is actually giving out questionnaire, who is actually recommending someone to the business, who is actually running an event, who is actually making that invitation call, who is actually running the challenge, not by logging into the group chat, but by actually participating in the challenge, showing people the business, following them or closing them down, getting them properly started. It is in taking the lead. So my first message for you this morning is stop dreaming, stop desiring. It's okay to dream. It's okay to desire, but desire alone can only get you 5 to 7% of the work done. The majority of the work has to happen in that part of your mind that does not forget, in that part of your mind that when you are sleeping is working, in that part of your mind that is constantly putting out energy there, up to 97% energy to ensure that what you have put inside it is what becomes your reality. If you put negativity inside that part of your brain that does 97% of the work, what happens is that will be what you continue to get. If all you can continue seeing is what you cannot achieve, the challenges you have. I don't have money to do this. I don't have money to run event. There's nobody to present for me. There is no office for me to run. If all these are the things you have stored in that part of your mind, it becomes your reality. What you desire becomes what you get because that's what you have stored in there and you are thinking about it most often. It has become your reasoning habit. So this morning, the number one message is this: dreaming. Start acting. It is time to wake up from that dream. The month of April is time to wake up from that fantasy. If you want your dreams, they say, to become reality, someone said you first need to wake up from the sleep. You have dreamt enough. You have imagined enough. What do you have to do? You have to wake up to the reality of the things you have to do to make those dreams become your possibility. Now, listen to this. Not dreaming or imagining that this can become your reality does not serve you well. But so many of us listening to the sound of my voice this morning have imagined, desired, and fantasized long enough. What is lacking, why those things have not translated to the results and success we want, is because they are short-lived. We have not moved them to that part of our mind where we have to put them into reality. Now, how do you recondition your mind to make those things that you want, that you have fantasized about, become your reality? First, you need to find out those habits that you have created in your mind that are not serving you properly. Some of these habits, let me tell you how you know them. When you find yourself procrastinating, when you find yourself whistling around on things you know you have the ability to do, when you find yourself procrastinating, these are pointers that there are some habits that are inhibiting you from doing the things you know you want to make a call. And the next thing that comes to your mind is this. Are you sure it's the right time to call? Are you sure there won't be a Monday morning meeting? Are you sure he will be in the mood to pick up the call? Are you sure he won't be driving? Maybe I will call him by 12 o'clock. By 12 o'clock, he may be in church. He may be preparing to go to mosque. He may be this. By evening, you remember to call. Oh, it's too late. He must be tired. He won't be in the best of moods. When you see your mind bringing up this, I want you to know that it is your mind actually trying to keep you safe, because it's not used to what you want to do. It's not used to it. So it's trying to remind you, hey, this is not what you're used to doing. So imagine that he is actually not in a good mood for you to call. Imagine that he might actually be driving, so that it will take you back. What are these habits that you have created that have not served you well in our business? Number one, waiting to always be told what to do. If you find yourself every time in this business waiting to be told what to do, just know that you have a part of you that has followed you, that you have taken upon yourself, that you have built into your system genetically, that makes you to want to always be told what to do. If you're that person, and you know, the training they gave us growing up did not help so well. Some of them, though, we wait. If you don't brush your teeth, you will be punished. We are told if you wake up in the morning, brush your teeth. Some people do not also now know that if you have not spoken for a while, that your mouth could also bring some odor, yes? So if you have a chance to brush, should you not brush? Yes, but your programming says that you brush in the morning. Brushing in the night is even like, waiting to always be told what to do. Our educational system didn't also help so well there. You are told when to be in class. You are told when to go on recess. You are told when to close. You are told when to have your lunch. You are told when you are to ask your snacks. And we were punished for doing something outside what we were told. So our mind became very conscious that if you do something that is not what you are told, you will be punished. So when you want to now, you see that, the way we are running, I'm running this business. I've written a list. What if I decide to write another list? I've not been told to write another list, but I want to write another one. And your mind will be like, have you been told to write another one? Why should you not, or you do write another one? You may be punished though. So I beg, let me remain where I am. I beg, I beg. Waiting to be told what to do. Number two habit, starting up something and not finishing it. Some people were so excited. They were the first to go into the group chat for the 90 days challenge. They were the first to go into it. They were the first. Some were excited. Hey, this month, Egypt, here I come. In fact, this 90 days, I must raise 5 kingsmen. And they started after 2 weeks. Gone. And I want to tell you, starting something and not finishing it does not make you an abnormal human being. No, it does not. In fact, it actually makes you a normal human being. Starting something and not finishing it, it does not make you an abnormal human being. No, it makes you a normal human being. That's how normal human beings think. Especially when that thing we are doing is not what we are familiar with. It's normal that you should recoil. That is why when you go to the gym in January, the highest number of registrations are in January. But what happened by the end of February? If you go to the gym, they are blank. You see only the people that were there 2 years before, who were there last year, who were there before January, who are still there by February. What happened to every other person who was there at the gym? Everybody was gone. Hey, I'm going to lose 80 pounds. I agree. Oh yeah, now they skip rope Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. By Thursday, the sneakers they bought for the gym has become the sneakers they wear to go to work. Am I talking to somebody here? Starting and not finishing. Another habit that we have been ingrained in the mind that is working against us is taking the next exit. We are always looking for the way out of that thing that is hard. We're always looking for the way that we will dodge from doing the right thing, shortcuts. There are not that on the path to success. There is nothing like shortcuts. No, you must buy the ticket and go through the normal route. There is no shortcut. Taking the next exit. We're always looking for how we will can this challenge end and I become a kingsman. We're already imagining it, but we are looking for the next exit off the walk rather than looking for the walk that works. A habit that so many of us have been doing, that we have taken upon. You know, the thing is this. Imagine for a minute that Lionel Messi is also a basketball player. Did you hear what I just said? Imagine that Lionel Messi is also a basketball player. Imagine also that Cristiano Ronaldo is a track athlete. He runs 100-meter race. That's also his profession. The question is this: do you think he will be the highest paid player in the world? Imagine that Valentino Rossi does not just ride MotoGP, he also rides Formula One. He's not only competing in MotoGP, motorcycle, he's also competing in Formula One, car racing. Will he be a champion, a MotoGP champion? So many of us live in and entertain a lot of alternatives. We do this business as a less alternative, not even as a prime alternative, let alone not making it an alternative. For some people, we do our business or we do things that we've gotten into as that's those things we do when we don't have any other thing instrumental we want to do. We do this business when we don't have any other thing useful with our time we want to do. To making the calls when we are tired of doing other things. We get why? Because we know worst case scenario. At the end of the month, there is an organization that will pay us salary. There is a business that will give us 100K. There is that bag we are selling that will give us money to do something in the house. There is that spouse that will give us money. So whatever, if I don't make the call, I make the call. There is something. Imagine that there is no alternative. The best in you cannot come out when you entertain alternatives. These are habits that we have indulged that makes us not to bring out our best, not to make our dreams to become realities. Some of us also has created the habit of celebrating averageness. And our world of today is gingering this so much. A child comes out with 20 in the class, 20 out of 25. And they won't tell the child he did poorly, because they don't want the child to feel bad. And the child goes into the world feeling that winning from the back is also a win, without knowing it's actually a failure. Celebrating averageness. If you're a winner, you must be first, second, or third. You don't win from the back. That's life. That's life. So many of us may not be cool with this reality, but that's the fact. You're not achieving the results of becoming a kingsman. Did you win? No, you did not win. That's the truth. You did not win. Did you win? No, you didn't win. That's the fact. Did you win? No. Now, what happens when people celebrate averageness, or you celebrate your own averageness? You have set a mark for yourself that as far as success is concerned, this is success for you. In the world and scale of things, is that thing a success? The answer is no, it is not a success. And you're celebrating mediocrity instead of celebrating what actually is the success. So when you find these habits around you, or you exhibiting these habits, which show off in the form of procrastination, in the form of settling for less, in the form of not achieving the goals that you should achieve, just know that you are not in the right frame of mind to achieve the success that can be right in front of you. But is there a way out? Yes, there is a way out. What is the way out? Number one is this. You have to reset your thermostat. We know this thing in iron, pressing iron. If for those who do that, when you are using this, what happens? This is cotton. You turn the thermostat, turn it, and you set it to cotton. Do you know how it works? When the iron is, when you just put on the iron is cold, and pressing iron, and you put it on and you turn the thermostat to cotton. The iron has been set such that when it gets to this particular temperature, which is the temperature that will not burn a cotton material, but will strengthen out the fiber, the material of the cotton, the iron should go off. The power should be cut off. That's how the thermostat works. If you also see it in water heater, when you put the water heater and set it at 40 degrees, and the water continues heating, or the moment the temperature gets to 40, what happens? The thermostat will cut off the power, telling it, stop providing me with power. I don't want to heat the water anymore. Stop providing me with power. I don't want to make the iron plate hot anymore. Now, what happens is this. If you now take a cloth like a jean material that requires more heat, you set the iron on cotton and you continue pressing and pressing. The moment the iron gets to what? To that temperature of cotton, it will not know that you have, well, what you are ironing is a jean material. What it will assume you are ironing is what? A cotton material. So if you fish it off, you continue pressing and pressing and pressing the jean, but the materials of the jean will not straighten out. You are pressing, you are working, putting in energy, you're pressing it, and the material will never come out strengthened out. Why? Because you set the thermostat at a wrong temperature. Some of us have set our mindset at a wrong temperature that is not enough for the success we want. So for you to achieve that result, you need to reset your thermostat. You need to start being comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to start being comfortable with making a call, even when you don't feel like making a call. You have to become comfortable with presenting the business to someone, even when you don't feel like presenting to someone. You have to feel comfortable with prospecting, even when you don't feel like prospecting. It is only by doing that that you are forcing your mind to tell it, I am not comfortable doing this, which is my thermostat, which is 40 degrees. I need to do this, so turn to the new thermostat. Now, let me tell you this. The more you force your mind to move away from the original thermostat, do you know what you're doing? You are paving a new path. I don't know some of us who grew up in the village, especially during the rainy season. You will discover something, that a place that people don't follow very often, grasses and weed will grow on that place. Have anybody noticed it? Now, grasses and weed will grow in that place. It will cover the whole place. But once people start marching on it, people follow a particular path and continue moving. What will happen? You will notice that that place that they are always stepping on, what will happen there? Grasses there will start dying. Listen to this. As people are stepping on that path continuously, what will happen? The grasses there will start dying. Now, when grasses there start dying, that's not the end of it. Grasses there are dying because people are not working on it. But because people are constantly working on it, new grass will not even grow there. Can we liken this to our business? When you twist your thermostat and shift it to doing that thing you are not uncomfortable, doing that things you are uncomfortable with, those things that you are not comfortable with, when you continue doing it over and over and over, it's like you stepping on that grass. Other people are stepping on it. You're telling your mind, no, this is my new thermostat. This is what I am used to. This is what I want to get used to. This is the new life I want. This is the new person I want to become for the business. I am comfortable making 20 calls every day, 20 confirmed bookings every day. I am comfortable showing the business to 2 people every day. I know I'm not used to doing that. I want to start doing, I'm doing it every day. What happens? Number one, you start replacing the things that are there that were your former thermostats. Number two, the things that used to be there will not find roots for things like that to grow back again. But the fresh parts that you have created will just be there. giving you a new standard for your mindset. So the second thing you need to do is to pave a new path. Get comfortable with your new standard. Stop stepping on it. Now, let me tell you this. Just the same way you notice that I have a bad habit of procrastinating. I have a bad habit of starting something and not finishing it. When you start paving a new path and you notice you are anxious about doing something, you notice you want to shift that thing into the future, you notice that you are scared about doing something, be happy, be glad, be excited. Somebody will be wondering, why should I be happy that I'm anxious? Should I be excited that I'm worried? Why should I be happy that I want to do what I don't want to do? Be happy because your mind is acknowledging that you're doing what you are not used to doing, that you are learning what you are not used to learning, that you are taking steps that are not your commonly taking steps. Be happy. And in that excitement, do it. In that excitement, go and prospect. In that excitement, push yourself from 10 confirmed bookings to 20 in a day. In that excitement, tell yourself, I am signing up 2 people this week. Tell yourself, I'm signing up 4 people this week. Tell yourself, you know what? I am procrastinating about doing this big event, but because I am feeling like procrastinating it, I am excited to now get it done because it means I am marching in unfamiliar territory. Pave the new path. When you pave the new path and repeat the process over and over again, that new path becomes your expressway. That new path becomes your normal. That new path becomes a place of your comfort. Prospecting won't be anything for you anymore because you have broken that barrier of the anxiety, of the fear of prospecting. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to create a new pattern in your mind. You have to make set a new standard for yourself and make that your new standard, your new normal. When COVID-19 came and people were scared for the first 2-3 weeks or so, people did not leave their houses. After 1 year, what happened? COVID-19 is still there, but we accepted the precautions and decided to accept it as the new normal. Accept those things that you are currently uncomfortable doing to become your new normal. When they become your new normal, it doesn't happen automatically. No, you will witness resistance doing it because you are not used to doing them. You are trying to shift them from just being desires, fantasies, and imaginations to becoming things that you're used to. Creating success is not a big deal. Prospecting 20 confirmed in a day is not a big deal. Presenting the business to people is not a big deal because it is your new normal. Let me tell you this. Anything that is currently your new normal was one time something that was outside your comfort zone. If for some of us who drive here, has it ever occurred to you that you left your office, entered your car, and the next thing you realized was that you are inside your compound? For some of us who drive, you have a car. You remember that you have closed from work. The next thing you remembered was that you put your key in the ignition, started the car, and the next thing you remember is that you are already in the house. Now, what happened for the past 30 minutes you are on the steering wheels? Your mind is working. You have driven so many times. You have driven in that road so many times that you drive on that road without being aware. Is this? Your mind is still working while you're driving. It's telling you when to slow down, telling you when to turn left, telling you when to turn right, telling you when to give someone a headlamp, telling you when to traffic gate. You are doing these things, but you're doing them without thinking anymore. But there was a time you were doing them with full consciousness that you were doing them. What happened? You have done it over and over again, and your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind has accepted that this is your new normal. Driving is no longer a problem. I remember those days of riding where you climb a motorcycle and the thing you are thinking about is this bike on gear 1 or gear 2? In fact, I remember asking the trainer, how do I know when this bike is on gear 3? because my first bike did not have a screen that showed the gear you are on. It didn't have it. So you have to be using your mind. He said, you will know, Vincent, when you're on gear 3, you will know. You know, it's not written. In fact, I didn't believe him because I couldn't figure it out. I ordered a device from AliExpress that I attached to the bike that was showing the gear. But you know the truth now? I shift the gears knowing fully well which gear I could most likely be on. And most often I am not wrong. Why? I have ridden over and over and over again. And my mind has become comfortable knowing each gear. I don't need to look at the board. I don't need to look at the dashboard. My mind already knows, no, this is gear 2 now. With the way the bike is revving, with the way it's moving, with the torque available to you, this is possibly gear 5. And whenever you check, is correct. So you have to make that thing that you have been uncomfortable with to become your new normal. But it doesn't happen by accident. You have to do it gradually and steadily. Becoming a kingsman, can you decide today to make it a new normal? And tell yourself, what does it even require of me to become a kingsman? Why does it look like such a Herculean task to do? Is it not for me to invite people? Is it not for me to find people? Is it not for me to sponsor them? There is already a system and a structure. Plug them into it. Sponsor as many people as possible. Plug them into it. Show them what it will benefit them to go and become active partners. Work with them to become active partners. Raise myself to become a kingsman and raise those people to become kingsmen. What if I make this my new normal? By going out there and do what I have never done before. What if I decide this to be my new normal? I want to give you a simple way you can start today to rewire your mind by taking up a new normal. Does somebody want to know? Everything I have shared so far, has it in any way spoken or identified a concern for anyone here? Has it in any way given you an insight while, despite all the desires and showing up every day at the business, you have not yet achieved the result you want to do? I want to push you today to do something you may never have done before. I want to push you today to start pushing yourself into moving away from being what Graham has said you should do to becoming something that you are changing, that you're tweaking today to be your new thermostat. I want you to schedule some series of appointments today. Schedule some series of appointments into your business today. Schedule some series of appointments for your business that you have never done like that before. You send text message, someone calls for them. Schedule something out of the ordinary today. Use something very simple. Pick some contacts from your warm market. People you already know that know you. Some of them you are very familiar with them. Some of them are people that you have even shown the business before and they have not decided to key in. I want to show you a very simple way that you can schedule an appointment with them today. You can schedule an appointment with them in the next 1 hour. Do you want to know how you can do that? Do you actually want to know how you can do that? You can use this very simple message to do that. You've not done this before. You may never have experienced you having the ability to schedule an appointment in the next 1 hour. I want you to do it today. Today, not tomorrow. Schedule 1, schedule 2, schedule 10, schedule 20, schedule 25 for the month, 30 appointments. This is someone you know very well. This is somebody that you visit each other. This is someone that you know your office is together. And you send them this message right here, right now. Hey, guy, Alpha, there is something very important to me that just came up, and I want to run it by you. I need you for 30 minutes. Where do I meet you now? With a high sense of urgency. What is it all about? I can't talk about it on the phone. I want to meet with you right now. Is somebody already seeing how powerful this is already? Is somebody already feeling how powerful this can go? You send this message to someone on your message right now. Hello, guy, how far? There is something very important to me that just came up, and I want to run it by you. I need you for 30 minutes. Where do I meet you now? If you want to make this more urgent, call the person on the phone. Call the person on the phone. Guy, how far? How you doing? How you doing? There is something very important to me that just came up, and I want to run it by you. I just need you for 30 minutes. Where do I meet you now? Some of you have never attempted something like this. Try it today. Try it today and just make up your mind. I want to send this out to 30 contacts on my phone today, just 30. You will be shocked what you will do. Now, when you do this, you schedule an appointment with them. It can be another training of what goes on in the appointment, but I can just give you a brief overview of what you can do when they give you 30 minutes. What do you do in that 30 minutes? Number one, tell them your story. Hey, you know, I've been on this thing for a while now. You know, I've been doing this, and the truth is this. I've been there, up, down on it, and then with all the challenges and the glories and the perks and everything. But you know what? I've decided to build a new version of myself in the business. I've decided that this month of April, I want to raise an entire empire for me in this business. And that is why I come to you. And we are doing this based, I know you know about this, but it's important to me that I show you exactly what I am onto this right now. What do? Draw the circles. Introduce the connected economy, draw the circles. Explain to them how the business works. Explain to them again. Don't assume that they already know. This is a mistake. Don't assume they already know. Draw the circles again for them. And tell them why you are doing it. I'm doing this because I want to build something. All the things I have done in January, February, and March, I want to consolidate it in this month of April. And I'm super excited about it. And I can't think of a better person I will want to do this with but you. The person that you're showing is looking at you. Why are you so crazy about this now? I know you've been doing this, but I've never seen you this crazy. They are not listening to what you're saying. They are listening to the things you are not saying, that your tonality, that your body language is saying. People want to follow a winning team. People want to follow that person who is excited about where he's going. So when you tell them why and what excites you, assure them that you will not leave them alone. Assure them that you're willing to build with them, that they don't need themselves to go and do what they're doing, that you're doing it because you want to raise a business to a high level, that you want them, that there is a system that makes it simpler for them to do it. And you're doing this because you are all out this time around for the business. Assure them that you're with them. And please, when you do this, run. Don't go and focus on that one person and make the person your thermostat. No, your goal is this. I am sponsoring 20 people this month. I am sponsoring 10 people this month. I am becoming a Kingsman this month. Have I become a Kingsman? No, on to the next. Have I sponsored my 20? No, on to the next. That is where you're running to. What are you doing as you're repeating the activities to run to where you're going? You're stepping on the same path over and over. You are sending the message over and over to the people that you know, to the people you come across. You are doing it over and over and over. And you're making that your new normal. As you keep on doing these things, over time, you'll find out that presenting the business to people is no longer a challenge. Following up on people is no longer a challenge. Becoming a Kingsman and becoming an emergency leader is no longer a challenge. Making 500,000 in a month is no longer a challenge. Making 1 million naira in a month is no longer a challenge. Let me tell you this. If you can measure it and feed it to your mind can understand it and make it your reality. If you can measure it and feed it into your mind can make it your reality. Let me tell you, you are the one that decides what is big. If you decide that 1 million naira monthly income is big, your mind will set it as that which is big. The Bible said, if your faith is as strong is as big as a mustard seed, you can tell this mountain move and it will be uprooted, Abby. See mustard seed, see mountain. What does it tell you? If your faith is as small as a mustard seed, that mountain will become as small as a mustard seed. Did somebody get that? If your faith is as strong as a mustard seed, that mountain that is big will become as small as a mustard seed. Can you move a mustard seed? Can you take a mustard seed and throw it away? Yes, you can do that. Can you throw a mountain away? Yes, you can also do that. If you make the mountain as small as the mustard seed. Great achievers. What is that thing that you're looking at the business that makes you feel that is hard, that is big? Make it small in your mind by repeatedly taking a good shot at it and make it your new normal. When it becomes your new normal, you ask yourself, why was this hard for me before? In secondary school, further mathematics was a big deal. Only 4 students in my class did further mathematics. When I entered year 1, year 3 or so, further mathematics that was hard in secondary school became the input for an equation in the university. Getting the value out of differentiation to put it into a problem was no longer a problem. Why? Because I did the differentiation and integration over and over again to the point that it became my new normal. Choose your new normal. This is my message for each and every one of us today. Decide for yourself that I'm going to move this, my excitement, into something that becomes my reality. And it becomes my reality by me walking every day in that unfamiliar territory, working every day on those things that I am not comfortable doing so that I can make them my comfortable zone. I want to make those activities. What is the big deal about raising active partners? I want to decide, I've made up my mind today, I'm going to raise active partners. I want to make raising Kingsmen my new normal. In the next 1 week, in the next 1 month, I'm going to become a Kingsman and raise other Kingsmen. That's my new normal. You have to keep going on to it, and it helps you to achieve your results. I don't know if anyone got any value that will empower them today, but I believe and I know that so many of you in different ways, in different parts of what I've shared with you, have picked things, 1 or 2 things that will help us to become the right people for the success that you desire. Remember what I said at the beginning. We earn exactly who we are. And when you become the right man or the right woman for the success you want, that success naturally moves towards you. Okay? So that will be the end for today. I don't know which leader I can see on my screen here, so that very quickly I can say a word or two to all great achievers. And then we call it a day. Whose person's camera is on here? Can I see any leader here on my screen? Anyone? Okay. Gia Tokwe, go ahead. What do you have for great achievers so that we wrap it up?
Good morning, great achievers. Thank you so much, the Great Achievers Mentor, for this very wonderful cell meeting this morning. What struck me the most in all the things you said is, once you make any 1 millionaire your normal, it becomes your normal. Most of us, our normal right now is any 200,000, and anytime we achieve 200,000, we just go to bed. We go to bed. In fact, the month is beautiful. The month is awesome. I think there was a training Gam did for us one day, and he told us, if you're going to the gym and you set your mind at doing 10 press up in a day, once you get to 9, you're already tired, but you're going to still achieve the 10. Now the next day, go back and set your mind at doing 15 press up for that day. You would have gone past 10 and you won't even know that you have crossed 10. That was difficult for you yesterday. So once you set your mind, let's upgrade our mind to the new normal. Upgrade your mind to the new normal. See 1 millionaire as something that the moment you achieve 1 millionaire, you have not done your best in a month. Take your mind off anything less than 1 millionaire in this business as success. And the biggest success will start happening in your life. Take your mind off anytime you make 500K. Set your mind at it that you have failed. set your mind at it that you have failed at whatever you are doing right now, and upgrade the results that you want to see. Once you put your mind at it and you make it your new normal, and you follow all of these things that Gam has shared with us, you're going to experience a new level in this business. This is my word for us, great achievers. I know we can do this. We can make it work. We can put our minds on greatness and achieve greatness. Thank you so much, Gam. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much for sharing those with us. We won't be able to take more because of time. We're already behind schedule. This is 9:16. We've heard it all. It's left for us to go out there and rewire our mind to what we want to become our reality. Okay. Now, will someone help us to post the discipline affirmation? I need a Muslim brother or sister. Oh yeah, teacher, Usman. Help us with the affirmation and closing prayer. Thank you, Favor.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for this wonderful training this morning. Okay, without wasting much of time, let's go. Let's affirm ourselves. Can we all be in the affirmation position? Okay, who am I?
I am in control of my behavior.
Who am I?
I get my goals finished,
No matter how I feel.
Who am I? I am in
charge of my own
outcome.
Who am I? I can
do anything.
Who am I?
I've got the
stamina to keep going no matter what.
Who am I?
My willpower
exceeds the exhaustion on my face.
Who am I?
When I set
goals, I achieve them.
Who am I?
I believe in myself enough to follow through.
Who am I?
Nobody can hold me back, not even my own doubts.
Are you sure? Let's read this one again. Who am I?
Nobody can hold me back, not even my own doubts.
Who am I?
I owe it to myself to wake up and conquer.
Who am I?
I am
full of motivation.
Who am I?
With God on my side, I am unstoppable.
Oh, come on, let's repeat this one again. Who am I?
With God on my side, I am unstoppable.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, we are unstoppable. We are really unstoppable. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanirrahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin.
Amen. It's like you're finished. Okay, have a nice day, everyone. Make the month count.
Thank you so much, Granddad. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad al-Fatih ma ughliq.
Thank you, Gam.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
great achievers.
Thank you, Gam. Good morning, everybody.
Good
morning, everybody. Enjoy your day.
Everybody,
Good morning,
everyone.
Thank God for today.
Thank you very much.
Learning, great achievements, moving on to great success.
Good morning, all. Good morning, all. Good morning, all.
So happy new week.
Happy new week. Happy new month.
In Jesus' name.
There and conquer.
That's where my you'll be there 5%. That's when going to do their own or your own. Who need chicken? Who need chicken? Who need chicken?
I will tell I will pay this one. I will pay. See, the thing is, when we are making arrangements at the group, there's nothing. You come up.
I'm still using it. I'm still using it. I know what I'm doing. I'm still using the drug.
Just over there.